guys, in this video I will be showing you how to make an easy crochet daisy applique. I also included a short tutorial on how to make a leaf. I've been waiting for the best time to release this video, and since PENTAGON made a comeback recently, I don't think there's a better time or excuse for me to put this out. Let's go! For this project, you will need your choice of yarn in shades of white, yellow, and green, a crochet hook that's suitable for the thickness of your yarn, scissors, a darning needle, and finally, a stitch marker. Start your daisy by making a magic circle. What I do is I wrap the yarn twice around my fingers, pick up the lower loop, twist it to the right, and pull up the working yarn. Make sure to pull it nice and tight. Once you've got that done, we're going to work a single crochet into the magic circle. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, and then pull through both loops. After that, chain 2. From here, you will be working a series of double crochets into the magic circle. So yarn over, go through the circle, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops, and then pull through the last 2 loops. Again, yarn over, go through the circle, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops, and pull through the last 2 loops. You'll be making 11 double crochets around the circle. Once you've completed those, pull up the loose end nice and tight to close the hole in the circle. We're going to close this round by making a slip stitch at the topmost chain that we made earlier. So your hook might be too big for this. You can switch to a smaller hook just so you can insert it more easily into the stitches. Then make your slip stitch just like that. And that completes round 1. Switch back to your regular hook and then chain 8. Once you have 8 chains, you will be working single crochets at the back loops of the chain. Not in front, not on the side, but here, right at the back loop of each chain, right here. This will give the petal starter a nice finish. So just insert your hook right there and work a single crochet, and then into the next loop and a single crochet, and just keep going. You might want to make your chain stitches a bit loose so that you won't have any issues with inserting your hook. It should look like this. This is your petal starter. Then at the base, you will secure it with a slip stitch. Just like that. And then make another slip stitch into the next stitch so that you can move around the circle. From there, you'll be making chain 8 again. and again through the back loops with your single crochets. Once you have reached the bottom, just make another slip stitch and then move to the next stitch with another slip stitch and repeat the exact same step that we made earlier. So that's what you will be doing for the rest of this round. Once you have all the petal starters, you must have 6 in total. You'll be working a double crochet into the first single crochet from the base. So you can see it here. These are the single crochet stitches, and this is the one at the base. So work your double crochet there, and then another the next. And just keep making double crochets into every stitch. Once you have reached like the tip of the petal right here, you will be making double crochets on the opposite side. There's no additional step, you just have to keep making double crochets into the stitches, like right here. They can be easily seen because we worked through the back loops earlier, so that's also one of the reasons why we have to make sure that we make our single crochets into the back loops, because it makes seeing the stitches easier for this round. So just continue making double crochets. Once you have reached the base again, just work a slip stitch right there to lock the first complete petal. That. See it here? Now we're going to transfer to the next petal, so just work another double crochet. The pattern for this project is fairly easy, so you wouldn't really get lost. You just have to keep going with your double crochets. Once you have all 6 petals completed, we're going to lock the round with a slip stitch at the start. So just make your slip stitch, pull the loop and put it nice and tight before cutting the yarn. So there you go. That's your daisy. For the center of the daisy, we'll be working another magic circle. So I just do what I usually do. And then from this point, we'll be working 6 single crochets. So that's 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6. So you have 6 single crochets around the magic circle. Just have to pull it up so that you can secure it and tighten it. And then we will be continuously working around this. So we're going to move on to the first single crochet that we made. Make another single crochet. Place a stitch marker so that you remember where you started. Grab your hook again. And right in the same stitch, work another single crochet. So that's an increase. Work another increase in the succeeding stitches, because we would want 12 stitches in total. Now that you have 12 stitches, set the marker aside and then work just one stitch into each single crochet. Do not increase, just keep going with your single crochets. Place a stitch marker where you started and just keep going. So once you have reached the end, just take off your stitch marker and make your final single crochet. As you can see, it can now be flipped over like a tiny hat. See that? It will give the center of your daisy an embossed effect. So just close the round with a slip stitch and cut the loose end. You would want to make it a bit longer because we will be using this to sew it on the daisy. So there you go. We're going to attach it right here. So just sew it around this. Now, you might want to stuff it, but I would only roll up this loose excess yarn and place it inside this tiny hat. I like calling it a hat. And then I would place it over the daisy. And with this other loose end that's longer, I will insert it through a needle. There. And with this, you will be sewing it on the daisy, just around the center of the daisy. Once you have sewed the center of the daisy all throughout, just lock the yarn on the back side. You just want to secure it in place. Just like that. And now you have your daisy. If you're going to look at it from the side, it looks nice and embossed. This one here, and then on the back side, it looks nice and neat. Set this aside, and we will be working on the leaf. To start the leaf, make a slip knot. And then chain 16. Once you have all 16 chains, we are going to work at the back loops, just like what we did earlier. So insert your hook and make a single crochet. A single crochet for each back loop. Once you have single crocheted your way throughout the chain, we're going to work on the opposite side. So we're going to start with a slip stitch. We're going to make a series of slip stitches through the opposite side. So that's the second one, and then the third one. Then make a fourth one, and then your last slip stitch for now, the fifth. Okay, once you have that, chain 6. From chain 6, we will be working on the back loops again. Just one single crochet for each back loop. Once you have made it to the base, secure it with a slip stitch. See that? It kind of looks like the tip of the leaf. So now you're going to make another slip stitch. And another slip stitch. So that's 3 in total. And then you're going to chain 8. Once you have chained 8, work a single crochet again on each back loop. Once you have reached the base again, secure it with a slip stitch at the base. So from here you will be working 3 slip stitches again, working your way downwards. And then chain 10. And as usual, we're going to work single crochets into each back loop. I'll see you again once I have reached the base. Okay, so to lock this side of the leaf, just have to insert your hook into the next stitch and make a slip stitch. Just like that, and then lock it in. Pull it nice and tight, and you can snip the yarn. So that's the first side of the leaf. Now we're going to work on the other side. So to start, we're going to attach the yarn right at the opposite side, just about 5 stitches down. You can join your yarn in whatever method that you're used to. This is just what I usually do. So just kind of continue as though the yarn wasn't snipped at all. So again, chain 6. Downwards through the back loops, single crochets. Once you have reached the base, secure it with a slip stitch. And then just slip stitch your way downwards just like what we did on the opposite side to reach the other point of the leaf, and repeat the exact same process. So now that you have your last part of the leaf, just make a slip stitch right there and secure it. I'll snip the yarn, and we will be weaving these ends in to make the leaf look nice and neat. The leaves kind of look irregularly shaped, but that's okay because daisy leaves look like that in real life anyway. The great thing about this daisy applique is that you can use it for any crochet or craft project that you may have. It's also pretty easy to make, even for beginners. If you decide to make one yourself, don't forget to tag me, The Morning Hooker, on Instagram so I can like and share your work. As always, thanks for watching!